What's going on, everybody? We here live here on the OT Radio Show, and guess what, man? We got an awesome show today. And you know your boy OT. NFL is one of OT's favorite things. You know, my diehard Eagles fan and all my NFL people out there. You know, OT love the moms. So today, I got a very good show for y'all today. Today, I have not only she's a flight attendant, she's a single mom, right? She's a breast cancer survivor. She just got awarded an honor down in New York about a week ago for ESPN, you know, for the Jimmy V Foundation for Cancer Research. And she's here with me. And, you know, to your Eagles fan. And her son played for the Eagles. Yes, we have her here live, here with your boy OT. Miss Tralee is joining your boy here live. But once we come back, she will be here with you, talking to you, telling her story. And we'll be back here live here on OT Radio Show with Miss Tralee Ringo, y'all.
I'm on that radio. I speak it though. What's on your mind is deep though. I speak it though. We on the air. Just take it there, I'ma take it there. Hold up. Yeah, I talk about it, but I'm real about it. I speak on it, but don't catch feels about it. We can chop it up like it's nothing, baby.
We have it here, y'all, right here with your boy OT, live and direct here from Philadelphia, right here, joining us here. Miss Tralee Hale-Ringo is here joining us. How are you feeling? First of all, you know what? I just got to say this. Thank you for joining me here on this beautiful, beautiful night. And I am grateful for you to be here. So let's dive into it, right? Because your story is very unique, very awesome. Oh, you can't hear me, but I can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay, we're gonna try to figure this out, y'all. We're gonna get this right. But right before we get this right, come back on, log in.
I just think we're breaking up a little bit.
Okay, I got you now. So you might have to come a little bit forward. There we go. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it's breaking up pretty bad.
Uh-oh. That's not good. Okay, so do me a favor. Log back in.
I can hear you now.
Okay.
It seems good now, and I've got excellent internet.
Okay, me too.
So, okay.
Me too. You know, we over here with Verizon. I'm over here with the Verizon big dogs here. You know. So that is not a sponsor right there, but Verizon, we would love for y'all to sponsor. Just to go ahead and throw that out there. Well, first, thank you for joining us here in the show. I definitely appreciate you so much to tell your story. So let's talk about it a little bit.
Thank you.
You know, you are a flight attendant, right? You're a single mom, right? You're a breast cancer survivor, and you know, you just got honored last week in New York from the Jimmy V Foundation for Cancer Research. Before we get into all that, let's talk about you. Before everything happened and transpired, who was Miss Tralee Hale-Ringo? Talk to me.
Before everything happened, my son and I, Kelee and I, were living in Phoenix, Arizona, where I was based as a flight attendant, and my life consisted of that of a soccer mom, only football, and and so I'd leave and fly and on 4-day trips. I moved my son from Seattle, Washington, down to Phoenix, Arizona, where I was based as a flight attendant, to end my commute, because when I'd finish a trip, I'd get on the next thing smoking up to Seattle to go up where my mother was helping me with my son. And so then when he was old enough and I could trust him to get to school on time and make sure homework's done and get to practice, and he was able to drive, that's when I was able to bring him down to Phoenix, where he then played, football and excelled. Let's see. And God, I was just a single mom. And so when I'd finish a trip, I'd come home and I'd meal prep and get laundry done for him and myself and clean the house and then get ready to get back on the road. But leading up and at the very, very end, right when Kelee was trying to figure out what college he was going to go to and attend. And he ended up with the University of Georgia, of course, but considering my Yes, go dogs. Considering my flight benefits, broke the unofficial college visit record across the United States, guaranteed, because my son had flight benefits. And so when I was on my days off, and he'd go and pull up to different colleges himself and tour. God, we ended up going to Texas Longhorns 5 times and the
Wow.
University of Georgia 6 times to the University of Georgia. Honestly, because I had to make sure that whom I was dropping my son off with, the
Hmm.
men were going to be solid men, trustworthy, and I could depend on them to continue to develop my son on
Hmm.
and off the field.
Hmm.
Um,
Wow. Wow. I'm listen. That's the motion of being a flight attendant, that you got them perks, them buddy passes is something special, and then the perks something special. But
facts.
listen, you better make sure you get on an early flight. Though you gotta get that early flight. You know.
When you fly in standby, that's a fact. You should be on that early flight. That's the one that everybody seems to miss, and that's the one that gets sold out at the
Yeah.
last one to get sold out. So yeah, you usually be lucky. And
Yes,
the ones,
indeed.
I hate working those early morning
Really.
flights. I am not a morning person at all.
So, what is what is something so difficult about the flight attendants, right? Because we always look at the flight attendants like, oh, some of them are cool, some of them are not. You got to give us a story, a unique story that happened to you while you was, being a flight attendant.
Oh my goodness. A unique story when I was a flight attendant.
Hmm.
Um,
Good or bad, it
I'd
don't
say
matter.
that I didn't mind kicking people off the plane. People just got really weird after 9/11.
Hmm.
I worked 9/11 also, by the way.
What? Wow.
Yeah, which was super scary. So maybe I could give you that. My
Yeah.
God, um it was um it was crazy because nobody trusted anyone, and there, certain minority individuals were made to feel super uncomfortable. Anyways, it ended up coming together, and the United States, we pulled together, we got through that rough time. But as far as a fun clip, crazy flight attendant story, I don't know, it's just work.
What? It just worked. It just
Yes,
worked.
I sling coats now for a living.
You can say you slick
Uh,
jokes.
but yeah, God, I just it was one. It's definitely a lifestyle more
Hmm.
than a job. But everybody is seeing crazy story. I think one, I ended up having to kick somebody off the plane because they got into a fight, just bickering back and forth about being able to recline their seat.
Wow.
And it was just extra. It's just public transportation, and
Yeah.
don't have you're not going to be comfortable. The seats are small, and Americans are fat, and it just it's just what it is. Anyway.
That's that. All right. So now let's talk about you now, right? Because
Mhm.
how important is it for women to get annual checkups and mammograms?
Oh my goodness. It's more important than I can put into words, honestly. Um, I didn't know what I didn't know, le- with regards to my cancer and the beginning of my cancer. Um, I didn't understand the importance of early detection. I actually was diagnosed at the age of 39.
Mhm.
I am embarrassed to say that I had a palpable mass located at my 10 o'clock on my left breast, kind of by my armpit. And I just outright ignored it because I wasn't 40 years old and cancer doesn't run in my family. And I just
Mhm.
didn't believe it was going to happen to me. All of us can probably say, like, we just didn't think that was going to happen to us. And I stand corrected.
Mhm.
So I ended up going through a horrible fight. And that wouldn't have had to be as intense had I, when I noticed that mass, gone and had it looked at.
Mhm.
Um, I just literally signed up for the foolery that came along with that,
Mm-hmm.
that intense treatment. Um, it is very important to know your family history. It's important to get your yearly mammograms. Also, the type of breast cancer that I had is called triple negative, and it's the one and only non-hormonal type of breast cancer. And it actually affects everyone, but it affects Black and brown women
Mm-hmm.
disproportionately. So everybody gets it, but we get it more.
Mm-hmm.
I know. And I didn't know about it. Oh, also it affects us at age 30, not age 40. And
Wow.
I was one of them, and I just didn't know about it. And I actually have a bit of a small medical background as a paramedic,
Mm-hmm.
but and my mom is a nurse, a retired nurse, and she wasn't ever, in anything affiliated with cancer. But how was it that we were in the medical field and didn't know about this type of cancer?
Right.
So that's actually why this is my new life mission, is to educate, save lives, and just make sure that women understand that it's important to know your family history, and also get up close and personal with yourself in the shower and feel for any lumps or masses, and just understand and know that it just doesn't discriminate.
Mm-hmm.
It could happen to you too.
Now, how did you feel when you seen the University of Georgia, UGA, the Bulldogs support you so much? What was that
Um,
feeling like?
it was surreal. It was unbelievable. So my son reported to college, and I didn't realize how football is religion in the SE in the South.
Yeah,
We were coming from the West Coast, where football is great to watch and fun, but it's down there in the South, is Georgia Bulldogs. It's family.
yes, it
It's
is.
dog nation, and they take they take they take it seriously. So using that logic, they were following Kelee intensely as a 5-star that
Mm-hmm.
was potentially being recruited. And so then when the University of Georgia got him, and right away, I had set myself up to go in to have that um, mass checked. And that's why I got diagnosed 9 days after he reported to school. And I went online and told, just I'm thinking I'm telling my people,
Mm-hmm.
pray for me, and this is what I have, coming. Um, this is a fight that I have to begin. Um, and I had no idea that the Georgia Bulldog family, Dog Nation, was following me. And then they ended up starting a GoFundMe for me, and they started messaging me and encouraging me, and I just ended up with a following and part of the family. I love Georgia.
Go dogs, go
Go
dogs, go dogs,
dogs.
go dogs. So, as a single mother, right, a breast cancer survivor, someone who faced like many challenges, um, what is one of your biggest source of strength through all of this?
Oh, uh, I have heard the phrase before that you don't know how strong you are until being strong is your only choice. And
Hmm.
it rings more real and true than I could have ever imagined. That was a fight that nobody could take any weight off of my shoulders. Only encouragement, only people, could try to be a support system, but it is it is the hardest fight that you have to do by yourself. Nobody can nobody can help you with it, and you just have to figure it out. You just have to dig in and go through with the treatments. I got diagnosed in 2020, again, right after my
Hmm.
son reported to school. I had just
Hmm.
gotten laid off as a flight attendant in May, and then got
Hmm.
diagnosed with cancer in June.
Hmm.
I know. I was just mid sentence too, thinking, how much worse is this year going to get with COVID and my layoff and my son leaving me to go to college? And
Hmm.
then, boom, diagnosis.
Mentally, how was you mentally?
It was it was horrible because it was extreme isolation, right? Everyone
Hmm.
was in the house, and I just had to drive myself to And from my treatments, I it was self-inflicting,
Mm-hmm.
knowing that you're driving to go receive this chemo and that within 24 hours you're going to feel like you're on your deathbed again. And
Mm.
it was just something you had to do, or the alternative is actually be on your deathbed.
Right.
And I wanted to be here to watch my son play his game he's so passionate about.
Mm. Now, going through the treatment and then coming out, and then how Bulldog Nation just loved you so much. How was it then? Because I've seen clippings now, and it's so crazy because I used to watch the Alabama and Georgia game all the time, and I seen a photo, and I was like, "Yo, that is really her over there with the spikes on and everything else." And I'm like, "Hold on, wait a minute! I've seen this picture before on TV, right
Yes.
at the Georgia Dome," and I'm like, "Hold up, wait a minute!" And now seeing you is like, wow, right? Because I was like, "Yo, that's a crazy fan. She love her son." But now seeing you and knowing what you went through, you know what? Life loves you.
Thank you. Yes, I have so much energy and just a lit mother, I guess, for lack of better phrase, in at these games. And if you've been on my social media and seen, like, I actually even harass fans. Like Steelers just took the loss. They just took the L, and I have no problem walking up to them saying, "How do you feel about that L?" Dallas Cowboys, all of them get it. All of them get the smoke.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, for all y'all Steelers fans, that one is for y'all right there.
Yeah, I
All
handed
right.
them an L on their way out the door. But you know what? The last time they won it at the Eagles stadium was before we were born.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know what they thought they were coming out to see, but
Well, the still curtain think they think they big like that. But I'm gonna
so
say, I mean, I love the still curtains because they the AFC, they Pennsylvania, but
mhm,
hey,
mhm.
go birds all day. I don't care what
Go
nobody says.
birds all
All
day for
day, every
sure.
day.
So back to what you're saying about my being over with the kids with the Spike Squad was
Yeah.
because they matched my energy. I felt extra, if you will, over with the parents screaming at the top of my lungs. I found myself over there with the kids. And
I
it
love
was a
that.
blast. Yeah.
I love
So
that.
now the Eagles Nation is something different. This is
Yes.
where we were meant to be.
Listen, like
All
I
the fan
tell
all I don't stand out amongst these fans.
Listen, like I tell everybody, when you are an Eagles fan, you're an Eagles fan for life and you bleed green. We are the most
Hmm.
traveling fan base
Yes.
in the
Yes.
NFL. And I'm going to stand by that no matter what. We are the most traveling fan base in the we'll take over your whole city.
I
Eh,
was so surprised at how many people went out to LA.
Yeah,
We
oh,
really did go out across country and took
yeah,
over.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. See, people think, when you talk about, down south, because down south is nothing but college football, from the Auburns to the Alabamas to the Georgia to the Mississippi States. You know, they ain't nothing but Florida. They ain't nothing but all college life and how they do things. And then when you come to like a real big town that's like really passionate, you be like, yo, I am here. This is the same way, but it's just on a 10 times different level. Yeah.
Hmm. Facts.
Big fat. So let's talk about let's talk about the things that you've been doing, right? Especially with the Jimmy V Foundation. And
Oh my goodness.
how was it when you got honored? How did you feel last year?
So I want to say that I did get honored, but I my ambassador collaboration is
Hmm.
official. So I
Oh,
yeah,
congratulations.
and so now I'm working with them, and my goal is going to be to help to raise money for cancer research. The Jimmy V the Jimmy V Foundation at the Booyah event that I just got back from in New York was actually to honor Stuart Scott. It was the
Hmm.
10th anniversary of the Booyah event. He publicly fought his colon cancer,
Hmm.
and lost his fight. And then, of course, Jimmy V had passed years previous, and so now they've started this Stuart Scott Fund. And he used to always say, booyah
Booyah.
on his show. And that is the reason, for the name. And we raised $3 million last week at
I
that
love
event,
that.
and that's a total of 75,000, excuse me, million.
Yes, 75.
Million, 3
Mm-hmm.
million,
Mm-hmm.
$3 million last week, and that is a total of 75 million in towards cancer research since in the past 10 years. And I love the Stuart Scott angle of the
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy V Foundation because, like I said, there are certain cancers that disproportionately affect Black and Brown individuals. He had a colon cancer version, I had a breast cancer version. So
Wow.
yeah, it's serious. It's
Yeah.
You got to know your family history because this stuff does not discriminate. And if you catch it early, you can have a normal fight. But if you don't, it's nothing. You don't want that smoke. Put it
Right.
like that.
So let's talk about, my cause, my cleats, because your son was wearing some cleats, and then I think another guy, I think you're from Detroit, was wearing some of your cleats too. Let's talk about that. You know,
So my cause, my cleats. My son had some breast cancer cleats made, and my name was on the toe, and he signed them, wore them in the game, and I took them up to this event.
hmm
And there was a signed jersey, and these cleats were auctioned off, and 2 game tickets, and a signed jersey. And then then the winner can also come to a game with me and then go out to dinner with my son and myself.
oh,
And so I let them bid on that, and it was nice. And then towards the end of their bidding, I had pulled up with a couple girlfriends, N'Kobe Dean's mother, Nikita, and I think she's
aha.
been on your show before.
Yup,
Yes.
yup. Shout out to Nikita. Shout out.
And Tony, who's Jalen Carter's mother, and
hmm
they had donated a signed jersey, and they had it framed. And so when the bid was coming to a conclusion, they added those 2 jerseys, and that package went for $30,000 towards that 3 million.
Woo.
Mhm, mhm. And
Mm.
all of that is to discover why there are certain cancers that are disproportionately affecting us.
Yes, yes. Now, you not only is the ambassador now for the Jimmy V Foundation for Cancer Research. Let's talk about the NFL Eagles NFL Mom. How y'all partnered up with a nonprofit for moms, and let's talk a little bit about that. How did that all come about?
So with the NFL modem, Moms on the Move,
Yes.
is 5 of us. It's Tony, or excuse me, it's Jalen Carter's mother, Tony, and Nikita. Excuse me, and uh, um, Dean,
Mm-hmm.
Nikita Dean. So N'Kobe Dean, and then Jordan Davis' mother, and oh my goodness, why am I drawn a blank? Help me out here.
Okay, so I guess
Um,
it's the Kobe
let's see,
Dean
N'Kobe Dean,
thing, right?
Jalen Carter,
Carter. Uh
hold on, and Jordan
that,
Daniels,
that,
yeah. Or
hmm
oh my
Jordan
God,
Davis.
I'm
Jordan Davis.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So we all came up from Georgia, and now we're 5 moms up here that are moms on the move,
Uh-huh.
and we're just running around doing community service. And we just did something. We just did something for Thanksgiving and turkey drive, and just kind of clothed and fed some underprivileged individuals. And then just the other day, yesterday, actually, I was at N'Kobe Dean's toy drive, and I got to dress up as Mrs. Claus. It was
Uh-huh.
a black. I love to dress up, and we ended up having a toy drive, and it was just a real nice event. And so that's what Moms on the Move is about, is just really giving back to the community. We're a group of 5 women that have time on our hands, and our boys are in the league, and we just want to do good things for the area of Philly.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The Georgia moms. We just call y'all the Georgia moms because
Dog
it's the
moms.
host. Yeah, it's the
Dog
Georgia
ma.
moms. It's the dog moms here. So now let's talk a little bit about what you hoping for the future. Both personal in the terms of you dealing with the breast cancer and you being a breast cancer advocate. How do you envision the impact of your efforts moving forward?
Oh, I am in the process. I have a lot of things in the making. I am about to come out with the whole uncomfortable truths of cancer and what
Mm,
it consists of. I had no idea of what it was going to consist of, again, because I would have had that mass looked at earlier. Um, and I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Say it again. I
it
was
is all
thinking of it.
good.
Hey,
Listen,
so this is so
listen.
hold on. This is chemo brain. First, this is a
Uh-huh,
perfect
uh-huh.
example. So
Mm-hmm.
you when you go through this treatment, you also come out on the other side with chemo brain, and
Mm-hmm.
it's what I like to refer to as undiagnosed brain damage.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Because I could just lose my train of thought, just middle sentence. It just people say all the time, oh, I do that, or I walk in the room and forget what I was, but I'm 40. Like,
Right,
what are you talking? That's
right, right. So
that
these
should
are
not
some
be
of the side
happening yet.
effects. Yeah, yeah.
So,
These are some of the side
so
effects.
I thought that I was only going to lose my hair. I didn't realize that how sick I was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up losing my toenails and fingernails.
Wow.
I know the bottom of my feet and my hands, my palms were so raw. I couldn't use my hands for anything. I couldn't get my pants down to use the restroom. My mother had
Mm,
to help me. Couldn't open a can of soda. Also, your feet are so raw and you can't walk. I would
mm-hmm.
crawl with my elbows and my knees to get around. Yeah.
Mm,
And God, I ended up having a bilateral, might be TMI, but again, if I got to make you laugh or cry or scare you into your breast health, that's what I'm about to do.
yes.
And so I ended up having a bilateral mastectomy, said, take everything I have. And I just want to reduce the chances of having to go through that again. And so I ended up um, keeping I have a very prominent scar that I'm planning to expose soon.
Mm, mm,
And so again, I didn't know what the fight was about to be. I had no idea how bad it was going to be. And had I known then what I know now,
mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have signed up for it.
I know that's right. I know that's right. But you know what? Your testimony is what's needed, right? And
Yeah,
and and you coming out of it is going to help others. And that's why I'm happy that you are here because it's something that we all have to understand. Go to the doctor. Go to the
that's one
doctor.
thing we don't
Don't
do.
do at all. At all. We have to. We have to go to the doctor. And
Hmm.
I'm glad you on here because I've been preaching it a whole lot. Like, listen, fellas, go to the doctor. But ladies, go to the doctor. You
Hmm.
have to do it, right? Because
Until we have something that a reason to go to the doctor, we just don't believe fat meat is greasy, for lack of a better
right.
phrase.
Mm. So get that annual checkup. Get that annual checkup. No matter
Yes,
what, get that
please.
annual checkup. And a lot of times, we're dealing with life situations and stuff like that. And you being a single mom and stuff like that. And just period. You still have to make sure that you are okay.
Exactly. We as women put ourselves on the back burner,
Yes.
and we sacrifice ourselves for our families and our children. And we just can't, if we're not operating at 100%, how do we expect ourselves to be able to take care of someone else? And that's what we're nurturers and we're caregivers. And that's what we do. And that's what's expected as a committed mother. And we have to make sure to put ourselves first, especially when it comes to our health.
And there's another thing that I want to talk about too, because during your fight, you had a special heart for a furry friend. Mm, mm, mm. Let's talk about the griminess of people in this world, and we're gonna get right into it because saddens me, right? Upsets me, and it's disappointing because you can always go to, and this is what I'm going to say, and I've been telling a lot of people when I heard about the story and I seen the story, like, yo, there's a whole lot of animal shelters out here that you can pick up a dog or a cat for $25. That's all it is, y'all. $25. But the fact that you went into someone's car and took their pets. Mind
It
blowing.
wasn't my car, actually. That's
What?
I went, listen, I we got out of the car. We were walking into Target. Now, I don't put my dog on a leash, and I know a lot of people came online and hammered me about that. Why'd you even have your dog in the store, off the leash? But we were just walking into the store, and when I got in close to the she heals, let's be clear, like she's
Mm-hmm.
not just running around,
Mm-hmm.
she's on my heel.
Mm-hmm.
And so I ended up having to use the bathroom. I had just had a procedure and was taking a medication at the time that I had to use the restroom
Mm-hmm.
yesterday. And
Mm-hmm.
so when I went flying in the bathroom, she just didn't clear the door. And
Mm.
it I knew she'd be right there on the other side.
Right.
And and as always, it's been 10 years. Again, this dog is smarter than she is cute.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what happened. I was using the bathroom, and during that amount of time, this four individuals, dishonest, a, a Hispanic, came into Target, and it was two males and two females with a 4-year-old daughter. And a female ended up seeing my dog and must have been a bit of a dog person or no, my dog ran from her, and then I think she ended up picking her up, and then she darted to her vehicle. But I
Wow.
had come out of the bathroom and I was outside of Target yelling for my dog for sure before they had made it to their vehicle. And I'm sure my dog was trying to get down, or maybe had even bit her. But maybe she has a dog and smelled like a dog.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't, not
Right.
to a dog,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
recognize
Right.
that you have an animal at home.
Mm-hmm.
And anyways, anybody that is an animal owner or an animal lover, especially, I would think that they would want that animal to be where it wants to be.
Yep.
She laid right here on my neck all through my cancer fight. And when I was home alone, having to just lay on my deathbed and try to force myself to eat, she was with me. I didn't have a support system. I didn't have people there because it was 2020 in isolation. And she is my best friend. I need my dog back. To be honest with you, it has not even sunk in that she's gone. Like, I miss her, but I know that she's coming back. And I've
Mm-hmm.
also known that when the police were to complete their investigation, they ended up getting nothing at the time. But or from the footage, I guess the camera target and whatever, they went to cameras of homes, and they ended up, um, now the update is that this woman has my dog in New Jersey, and she had been frequenting a Wawa with her new dog with pink hair and just walking
Really?
around like it's really her dog. And so these Wawa employees, once they saw it on the news, called in right away. And that then resulted in her probably seeing herself on the news, and she's no longer going into that Wawa. But they have the card information that she used, and they are hot on her trail. So it's only a matter of time.
Yes, indeed.
And then that's
Yes,
going to be
indeed.
back on the news. So stand
Yep.
by,
Yep. Yep.
you know.
Mm, mm, mm.
It's just crazy. Yeah, it's just crazy to me. Like you said, there are so many animals that need homes. Why would someone find an animal? Again, I just knew my dog would be on the other side of that door waiting for me, and she would have been. Um, who would choose to steal an animal? That wasn't a stray dog. She had on a dress and her nails
Right.
painted, and her hair was pink for breast cancer. She has a little top knot, and her
Mm-hmm.
tail. Oh my gosh, it's just wild. Honestly, theft never crossed my mind.
Mm.
Never. I I feel ridiculous. I
Well, she's
feel
coming back.
stupid. Uh-huh. I just feel stupid. I'm not that type of person. So I'm not thinking about people stealing someone's. That's just my daughter.
Right.
Like that woman had a 4-year-old little girl with her. I don't know what kind of example she's making for her. But also, my dog is 10 years old. Forgive me, but I guess we're referring to a dog. She's a bitch. She doesn't like children. All she knows, all
Right.
she wants is to come home right now.
Right.
She has a very specific diet. She takes medication. She needs me.
Wow.
Shame on whoever would think they can just step in on that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so this woman is looking at the max penalty is a $50,000 fine, third degree felony, and 6 years of incarceration. I gave her, you saw in the news, I gave her 48 hours to turn my dog in without consequence. And now my goal is for her to spend Christmas away from her daughter.
Mm, mm, mm.
I would,
Woo.
and
Well, that's what happens. You make choices in life and you got to deal with the
hmm
consequences.
and
Plain and
she's going to deal
simple.
with those consequences because
Consequences.
I'm not going John Wick on her. So
Well, I was about to say something. We're going to say that for a later time right there because we're not going to incriminate ourselves
right,
and no
facts.
violence and nothing like that. So we just going to keep it cool and collective right there. Well, okay. So now, a new season is coming, 2025. I call it a new season. Not a new year, but a
hmm
new season is coming. What can we expect from you and all of the different things from
Right now I have a lot of things in the making. It is going without saying too much. A lot of stuff is being put together. My ultimate goal is going to be able to for me to be able to speak with and communicate with new diagnosed individuals with breast cancer, as well as I'm going to have other survivors that I want to be open with their story. There's just so much about cancer that people don't know, and like chemo brain for example, I didn't know that that was a thing. I went walking into Cancer Treatment Centers of America, which by the way, don't go to. That will be coming out in my story. You are
mm,
just a number with them.
mm,
um, and they ended up with some foul play with my breast cancer. Let me
mm,
just say this, that I had a conversation with a doctor.
mm,
Now, I had my breast done before cancer.
mm,
I don't think that had anything to do with the cancer.
mm,
Um, for sure, I don't think it did. But I was just having questions that were maybe more in depth than what a regular cancer patient was going through, because I was concerned with what I was going to look like, and
right.
what the process was going to be and what was going to be done. And I have a little bit of a medical background as a paramedic, so I'm also intrigued and interested in what's going to be done. I left that interview feeling as though not only is she not going to have my best interest in mind, she's actually going to attempt to hurt me. And I know, and I thought to myself later, no, that's ridiculous to think that. She's a doctor. Who would do that?
Mm,
I ended up having a major complication right after that surgery, and the Cancer Treatment Centers of America ended up just wiping out all of my all that I owed from uh, from the Phoenix. I ended up
mm,
transferring it to Georgia, but they definitely was a violation, and I didn't sue them. I just don't want to have anything to do with them, and I don't want anybody else to have anything to do with them if they just did not treat me well.
mm, mm, mm,
Yeah.
mm.
So
All that's going to be coming out soon.
she made me
I just
really
had a preview.
uncomfortable.
Mm.
Right.
All right, so well, listen. Go Birds, first of all. Go Birds. Super Bowl
Go
run, Super
birds.
Bowl run. We are going to the Super Bowl. I'm telling y'all that right now, so y'all might as well get
Yes.
the packing. Super Bowl run right there. So tell everybody where they can find you at on all social media platforms, websites.
I am Tralee Hale um, on social media, and I can also be found Mama Ringo, but there's like an underscore Mama underscore Ringo underscore like so Tralee, last name Hale is probably the easiest, but I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, and again, just depending on the platform, it just depends on what I post, because the University of Georgia, is Twitter for the most part,
Mm-hmm.
and so then Instagram is where I'm harassing these fans, and all that gets posted. Listen, if you're a football fan, tap in. You won't be disappointed.
All right, now. So now you're going to have to give me the final score of the Commanders and Eagles game. what would that final score look like?
Oh, we're gonna kill him.
Mm.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're gonna kill him by double.
Whoo.
32-16.
Ah, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes. Yes. Now, football question. Do you
Okay.
think that Saquon Barkley is going to break Eric Dickerson records with single rushing? Because he's
Oh my.
already, yeah, yeah.
Oh, he.
Look, look.
I can't imagine how disappointed those Giants fans are. Like, what were they thinking? So,
Yeah.
he is so impressive with his. He is a magician with his. How do you hurdle somebody backwards? Like, who does that type type of stuff? So, no, he is going to, without a doubt. I'm sure he's on his way. That young man is impressive. He's an equally nice person. He's a good guy.
Mhm.
He's a good father, and he's well respected. And we're happy to have him.
All right, now we're gonna go to college because it's Bulldog Nation.
I know where you're going. Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Are y'all gonna make it to the national championship?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're going for. I think we're gonna get it. We're gonna get an Addy. I think we're gonna
Mm,
go all the way again.
mm.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I might have to go. I might have to go to that national championship.
I know that's right. Now I got another question for you. How do you feel about Alabama not even making it? Now I know you gotta talk some junk. You gotta talk
Bama
some
who?
junk.
Bama who? We're the new Bama. What? There's only three places to play football, and that's the AFC, the
uh,
NFC, or the SEC.
I love it. I love it. I
Bama
love it.
is old news.
Mm, mm, mm,
Those kids that were thinking about going to Bama need to come sign on in Georgia.
mm,
Kirby's doing
mm.
it right, and
There
then
you go.
Sirianni got it right by recruiting 5 of them from from
Listen,
Georgia.
listen. I've been saying that for a long time. I'm like, yo, he need to get them boys from the SEC because we can't be getting
Mhm.
these MAC 10 and these Big 12 boys, the SEC, where them dogs at. Not taking nothing
Yes,
away, not taking nothing away, because I'm a Penn State guy. You know what I mean? We are Penn State all the time. But boy, when you talk about that defense right there, you got to go to the SEC to grab them. That's all I gotta say.
and
And
that's a
and now look
fact.
at
And
them.
we look at our defense. Look at Eagles defense now.
Yeah, yeah. Now I got a question for you. I do got this last question. How do your son feel being not only on a team that have his teammates,
Oh,
but
he loves it. These boys were brothers before they even got here. So it was
Mhm,
such an easy transition. Um, to be honest with you, um, we my son and I are both when my lease is up, but his anyway, we're moving to actually around the area of the stadium because that's where the athletes are at. That's where N'Kobe Dean is living and his
mhm,
mother when she's in town, and
mhm.
Tony, Jalen Carter's mom is there, and I'm going over there, and so is my son. So we're just about to be family, even more so
I,
neighbors.
I love it. I love it. I love
I
it.
know, I love it.
Well, listen, thank you for joining us here on the show. We appreciate your story. We appreciate you. We appreciate your son. We appreciate everything that you are doing in and outside the community. Keep doing it because we're watching. And I'll be seeing y'all
Thank
soon.
you.
I will be seeing y'all
Yes.
soon. All right now. All right. Well, listen,
Yeah.
enjoy the rest of your day. Be prosperous. Enjoy life. Have fun with it because you already beat the odds because you woke up this morning. All right.
Yes.
All right now. All right. Well, listen, we will talk to you later. Appreciate you and hey, go birds.
Thank you. Go birds, go dogs.
That's right. That's right. Oh man, good show, good show. Y'all loved it. Love this good show right here. Listen, y'all make sure y'all go ahead and follow her right there. Y'all see it? The IG right there. Follow on all social media platforms. Make sure you follow on Instagram. Make sure you go ahead and listen. Donate. Donate, y'all. Jimmy V Foundation. Go ahead and donate. Breast cancer. Go ahead and donate. It's just cancer research. Learn it. Everyone, please. We all have to get our annual checkups. Your annual checkup is due now. December and January is here. Get your checkup. Get these mammograms. Fellas, get y'all physicals done. I know a lot of y'all don't want to do this, but you got to get that colon check. All right? Fellas, get that colon check. Ladies, get that breast check. I need y'all to do this because we need y'all around. You hear me? I love y'all. Be good because, listen, if OT can do it, y'all can do it too. All right? Love y'all. Be good. Be prosperous. Enjoy your life. Enjoy life. Enjoy everything. And remember, if someone asks you how you doing, you always tell them you're doing better than yesterday. All right? And OT will be announcing the 2 scholarship winners here on the OT radio show the end of the year. Because we got 2 winners, y'all. Like y'all seen on CBS. Yes, we got our 2 winners for the Etherine Tansy Moore Medical Scholarship. Yes, your boy OT got 2 of them, and we're going to be celebrating with our 2 recipients. All right? We love y'all. Be good, and we will see y'all next week here on the OT Radio Show. Peace.